For the what I believe topic, I chose working out with resistance bands. While some people are embarrassed to use these types of things in the gym setting, resistance bands are used to build muscle, such as the muscle groups called glutes or even for arms, because if you don't use them, you might not see as much muscle definition. It can also be used for stretching, and it is also not that expensive to buy these if you are on a budget or in college. So for experience, this is my favorite glute band. It has little peaches on it. This is this is the long band, which is used for arm workouts. The other glute band is used for more leg workouts. So these bands can be used for resistance training, which helps build the different muscle groups in your body. Through years of lifting, I definitely am determined that these bands do in fact build muscle, because I've been working with the resistance bands for at least 2 years now with my lifting. And lifting is very complicated because if you don't use the right materials and stuff, you can't build the correct muscles and you won't be seeing results, which is very confusing and complicated. So working out with resistance bands can build muscle, like I said, depending on where the band is placed. So the band can be placed in many different parts of your body, and the different parts is what builds the different muscles. So if it's lower on your knees, then that'll build more glutes because it's more of going outward. If it's up further, it'll build more quad muscle. So I personally measured my muscle growth using glute bands, and I definitely can see a difference within the amount of years that I've been training. So another thing that these glute bands can do is they can be used in physical therapy setting. In different sports centers, resistance bands are used to stretch out different muscle groups if you were injured, or even if you had surgery like I did back in 2018. They used lots of glute bands and different exercises to get my stability and strength back up, since I was very low on muscle on that leg and the other leg was uneven. So bands, like I said, can be used for stretching in different ways. I know many personal trainers that use these to stretch clients out, and they stretch your hamstrings, calves, or even your shoulder or tricep muscles. In the gym that I go to, personal trainers I see all the time working on benches, working on tables to stretch their clients out. And they do it before you work out, because if you do it before, then you prevent injury. And if you do it after, it helps build the muscle because you're stretching out the different muscles that you worked previous in that workout. So my friend Mike specializes in using different types of bands, and he is 100% confident that these bands can build muscle. They can also be used as a warm-up to get you sweating and your muscles activating, because I always use these bands to warm up because I always feel like I get a better workout if I use bands in the beginning of my workout to get my muscles pumping. And lastly, I said that they're very reasonable on price. So if you're on a budget, it is not that expensive to buy these. They're like $10. You can get them on Amazon. And they honestly last for years. I've had this one for at least 3 years now, and it's still in top shape. So now that everyone is educated on resistance bands, I hope you're not embarrassed to use them in the gym, because they definitely are beneficial, because they build muscles such as your glutes and other muscle types, and it can be used for other things such as stretching, and they are also not very expensive at all. So it'd be very easy to buy one if you were on a budget or in college watching your money.